What's up, guys? My name is Jake Towell, and welcome to the first episode of my brand new series, Draw With Me. If it wasn't obvious, I wanted to create this series to show you guys me actually illustrating something in my style in real time. As you can see, we finished this first panel here with this guy floating on the water, and now it's on to this really cool looking shark fin. So that's what I'm going to get to drawing today. Definitely leave it in the comments down below if you guys want me to do more of these videos, if you enjoyed these videos. So without further ado, let's get to it. One thing that I really try to focus on is doing things with minimal patchwork as possible. And what I mean by that is I don't want to draw every one of these fins by itself. So if I end there and start again, I don't want to have to deal with this area. I don't want to have to deal with patching the line work. And it isn't obvious to anyone but myself that there is patchwork, but I noticed those really small details. If you're an artist, you obviously can relate. So I'm going to try to do this whole fin in one move. Obviously, that's a terrible rendition. And honestly, off camera, I've already done a recording. Admittedly, I've already done a recording of this now, trying to get this fin all in one go. I'm at least 12 tries in. So admittedly, I'm 12 tries in. But I really want to get this illustrated so I can show you guys how I do what I do. So without further ado, let's get on to this fin that's been giving me some trouble. I've been turning the screen a little bit. It's been helping me kind of get that angle. Sometimes you got to finagle your paper, your canvas, your iPad just to get that perfect angle. I mean, that would be crazy if I get this first try and you guys have no idea the torment that this fin has been giving me the last 30 minutes. But let's get right to it. Okay, I don't mind this fin. There's a couple parts I'm not really a fan of. I don't like how close this gap is. This divot's a little, janky. It's not very solid movement there. This could go a little bit deeper, so that's what I'm going to be focusing on when I try to get this thing one shot. Try 2 on the new recording. Wish me luck. Not too close. Guys, I think, no, see this area, it's giving me some issues because I want to put this giant eyeball here, so I want it to really feel like it's rounded, holding that eyeball in. I think I'm getting very close. That's for sure. No, I don't like that top fin. Make sure it's all in the shot here. Nope. The struggle of a perfectionist. Honestly, I think we can work with this one. There's nothing really I dislike about it. Let's turn the sketch off. Turn the grid off. Let's move her into place here, how she would look. Let me see how far I had that fin going up. It's not super centered. You know what we're going to do? I don't mind this one. We're going to freeform this. I never keep anything I freeform. I think I try to keep it as authentic to real illustrations as possible. I know this is an iPad, right? It's not like doing traditional work. So what I'm going to do is use it as a stencil here. We're going to lower the opacity like we did the line work and try to do a better version of that, what's underneath. Is that it? Am I pleased with this? I'm looking at it. I'm doing the art look back. I'm standing away from it. I'm thinking about it. I'm thinking not. I'm thinking I can do it better. How do I feel about this one? I think it's a success. Oh my god, I've been at this forever. How's the spacing on this? I gotta see without the line work. I don't want there to be any, I mean, it gets a little jagged up top here. I want that to be sharper. Kind of really curve around. That fin's decent. This one's decent. That's not too close or too far. This got a little thin. I think we're gonna work with this. I think this is the one. I'm not really mad at that at all. There's enough space for everything that I want in there. Let's turn the sketch back on. Thank God, that took me far too long. And let's also work with the grid. If you don't work with a grid, I definitely highly suggest it. I want to add the bottom in right away so nothing's confusing. So I'm going to go on a different layer here. Add my sharp tips to it here. Oh yeah? Actually, I don't think it's going to need to be that long. So we got the water part here, maybe? Right here? Okay. We'll get rid of the rest of it here. I want to keep her straight, obviously. Everything is just trial and error. And there we have a long awaited, so many tries on this one. Oh, I have like a little dip in that. I was like, what layer is that on? So many tries on this one. And I think this is finally, see how much of a in my head about some of the aspects of my art is. I think this is finally at a stage. Ugh, that's gross. That works for me. I think that's a really nice and cool looking fin. What I want to do is also make it as level as the guy in the floaty. So we're going to bring it down. See, the floaty kind of ends there. I also want it to be centered in the little panel here. I don't know, maybe a little higher? Let's move it a little higher, because I really want that top fin to break into the title area, like I have it doing at the top. Yeah, perfect. All right, now let's move into the details that have been long awaited by me, and hopefully if you made it this far, you as well. Now the fun part begins. Now this is where I get a little crazy. This is where my, if you've watched some of my videos so far, I've said multiple times the traditional Jake style, right? I've used those words before in many a video, and that is the most fun, and it's creating this wonky, weird flesh material, and to say the least, this shark fin is going to have a lot of it. I mean, the shark itself is going to have a lot of it, as you can see. That'll be really fun to illustrate. A lot less annoying than this fin has gave me. Something like this is what I've been doing for many, many of years. So I know exactly what I want to do when it comes to this step. And I think that's working out great so far. Now, let's move on to a different layer, get that eyeball going. Lock in that circular shape. Get rid of this. And then that's where the magic happens right here. Eyeball. Sick! It looks awesome. Worry about some, where am I going to put these shadows? Probably down there. Maybe right here. But that's that eyeball. We got another one down here. Try to keep things, when it comes to symmetrical stuff, I try to keep it super symmetrical or not. Here I have, a 3-pronged thing here. So I don't want to necessarily do that here. So maybe I'll do this. Just to switch it up from the sketch. you know, the struggles of an artist, as you can see in real time. If you're an artist, you know. I'm just going to have to... There we go. I don't mind that. Bottom of the eye here. This can be a little bit more implied. We go back in there with the eyeball. Let's choose a different layer. At some point, like, my layers just get out of hand, I'm sure. For you guys, it's the same. No, let's not grab everything here. Let's take a little bit, finagle that eyeball in there in a way that I like it. Probably like that. That'll do. Get rid of it like so. Now we got 2 eyeballs on this nasty ass shark. Now let's work on that spear going through his eye, which is a really cool eye. His fin, which is a really cool element. Keep everything clean here. Can probably erase some of that. Let's go in. We're going back. Do things right the first time and you'll be glad you did it. I want to make... maybe this is even too thin here. There we go. That's the shape I'm going for. Bring that out. This will overlap the spear here. Add some depth to the image. Okay. And now we're going to grab another layer. Draw the actual spear. I have it ending here. I don't know if I still want that. But regardless, it'll do. Make sure it's nice and straight. Here we kind of have like a rounded end. It can kind of be implied. A little smaller. I guess you can hold it out. Maybe twist it. Oh, I like how it's on an angle. You know, a pleasant surprise there. It goes in the back of the fin, so we want to get rid of that. Doesn't come out till right here. And another cool thing that I added were these lines. Let's find where they start and end. Right there. Do I have this one going the same? Okay, so that one's coming straight out. Yeah, it's pretty on the mark. I guess I don't really need this guideline here. Let's go in here like that. Go like that. Same thing here. Come on, baby. Work out. That's good. I like that. Think about the shadows. Nice. Maybe I'd change. Yeah, I don't like those. Let's try that again. There we go. That works for me. Now we get that spear. Oh, let's get erase that. Looks like it's going through. Oh, the angle's a little off. I can't lie. I think this boy's a little crooked here. I don't mind the other one, but this guy's a little crooked. Let's see the lines here. It kind of goes up like that. Like that. Does that work? Okay, let's bring back those lines here. Let's shave it off so we know what we're looking at here in terms of straightness. Ooh, I like that. There we go. Yeah, that works. Let's put those lines back in there. Yep. Now this one that gave us trouble. Don't mind that. Don't mind that either. We might have to do a little bit of patchwork here. Like that. Come on now. Now you're giving me a hard time. Do I like that? Question mark? Let's get rid of the sketch underneath. Yeah, she's coming along. I don't mind that at all. Okay, maybe I do. Maybe I do mind it. Come on, Brody. There we go. Good enough. Mind that. Let's add the, it's a spear. I'm not sure why it has, like, feathery shit on it, but nonetheless. It was my initial idea, so therefore it stays. Gonna do the same thing over here, except make the end of this spear. It's a little bit easier. Like that. Then I have this giant circle going around. Like that. Comes down like this. It's always a tricky angle to try and get. It doesn't gotta be as perfect there as I care too much. I like having my art a little bit weird. It is weird art, so I want it to, more or less take that on then. I want to make sure that's even too. It kind of looks like it's coming from the actual pole itself. This goes straight out to the right. This hooks around like this. This comes back. Like that. Seems we have a little loop like this. And then there we have the point. Like that. Let's get rid of all that access stuff underneath. See how she lines up. Yeah. That's good. There's the spear tip. Oh, I forgot to get rid of this right here. Is it straight? Yeah. It's a little weird. Maybe the spear tip can be a little bit more angled towards the point here, as it's kind of not centered. Like that. Let's see without the sketch here. Get rid of that underneath. I don't know if I really like that water going out too far. See if I can just fix that real quick. I might have to just clean shave it. Yeah. There's the spear. Looks kind of cool. Maybe we put a point down the middle of it. Like that. Sweet. I don't know why I keep having to do this part. I'm not a fan of the tip. Let's redo that. First things first, I'm going to get rid of... I know this looks good underneath, so I'm going to get rid of that. Go back to the spear. I'm seeing some issues with this part. Make that straighter. Sharper. Come in, make this more symmetrical here. All right, that makes it a lot better. Get rid of that, of course. Let's try to finagle this spear bit. I can always change the panels as well, but I don't want to have to do that. So the pole comes up like this. This bit goes out like that. Maybe it wraps around the water like this. Why is it so shallow, you know? Bring the point out like that. I don't want to get too close to the edge. Now I might just do some frickin' finagling. Make some stuff up, you know? This already has a rounded. What if it goes like this? What if it's sharp out to the point, right? And then the point is going to be like at the top. So it's got to go like this and like this. Okay, I like that a lot more. I think maybe she shifted a little bit too far to the right. So let's bring her this way. Like this. Also lines it up really nice. You're going to have to do some patchwork, of course. My favorite thing, as you guys now know. But something this minor, right? It's not the whole fin of the shark. It's the top of a spear in the shark, you know? There's a lot in my head, there's a lot less pressure to make it perfect. You know, this is like a little weird as I'm making it perfect, right? It's a little bit weird here. There's quite a few tangents there, I must say. But I think more or less, yeah, man. The struggle of it all. I don't like how there's a little patch of water there. Let's see if we move the spear back in space. Could I just get away with doing that? I think I can. Sometimes you just got to work with what you got here. And I think I like that better, I must say. Go back to the shark fin. So the water doesn't have to be implied till the end there. Maybe I also go back to my nightmare, right? And bring this guy closer into the spear like this. Do a little bit more patchwork. No one will know it took me 30 frickin' tries to do this. I think that's a lot better. I think the spear, it's kind of giving it away that the water line's there. So why don't we just make the spear more angled. So we have this bit, right? Now we go out like this. Now if we get rid of this, the tangents are gone and the water line is still implied. We're getting there, ladies and gentlemen. We are getting there. Imagine my struggle when I have to do a full page illustration. Okay, I like that. That works. Now let's do some cutouts in the actual fin itself. These are always fun and pretty easy, so I have a cutout here, here, and here. So let's do that. Wow. Kind of in the same shape of the fins itself. And you know, they're like scars, so they're like imperfect by nature. So it's not too concerning that the tops are kind of bubbled out like that. Maybe that bottom one's too small. I do want to keep some of them sharp like that. Maybe I have to finagle this one, go down and in, around and down. Not very straight, now it is. Little bit extra on the top. Like I said, easy, right? Where else do I got them? I got one here. So that one's going to be in the crop of the panel. We don't want that. Let's do it right here. And that's a big one too. For the big fin. Again, I don't mind if it bubbles, it goes up. Because it's implied that it's like off the surface of the skin. Got one here. Got some small ones here. Maybe this one's more rounded. This fin comes around. She's a little shallow here, so. There we go. There we go. A little too pointy right there. It's got a double loop here. This one we might have to shave down. Maybe it's implied that it's a deeper cut. Keep the thickness the same. Like that. Oh yeah, baby. Now we're getting there. Let's add this blood. Probably my favorite thing to illustrate. Let's grab a different layer just in case I go through it. Like that. Just like so. Have a blood gap here. I think I have it going. I can always imply the blood as this is like my bread and butter. I want it to fit in that a little bit nicer. Maybe we start. Ooh, it's a tight squeeze here. Probably wondering why I don't just use a smaller brush, and that's because I keep everything consistent. And if everything's consistent and nice, then I am pleased, and that's what matters, especially in art. As long as you're happy with it, that's all that matters, trust me. That's all you need to focus on is yourself when it comes to this stuff. Now let's do those veins, which look pretty cool. Like this. This. Probably wondering why I'm not using the more pointed edged brush for the veins. I don't know. I kind of like the rounded look a little bit more. We have one here coming off the fin. Let's bring it out here. So it kind of flows around like that. Maybe that's a little tight. Let's bring this out like that. There we go. And see, when you get rid of the fin, looks like it's coming out of it, which is cool. I think I need to move this boy a little bit higher. Like yayo. Let's go back to the veins. We're getting very, very close now. Now we have a double loop, so it looks like I have it going in like this, out and around, in like that. It's a very smooth vein. This, just adding more to the menacingness of this shark. Like that. Oh yeah. Let's get rid of that fin. Like yo. Like yo. Ooh, we got a kind of a cool vein here. This one ends like, am I on the right layer? I am not. Always check your layers, ladies and gentlemen. This one goes down and around and up. This one decides to break off. Maybe I can, I didn't think about this. Maybe it doesn't end in a 2 split there. Take this, get rid of this. And we are getting closer and closer. Let's add those rings as well. Love adding rings. Rings is something that I've definitely implemented into my style a lot. As long as it's being developed, I've added rings and stuff. I don't know what it is about it. I don't have any piercings in real life, although my girlfriend wants me to. Maybe I secretly want it too. I don't know. Maybe that's why I draw the rings. I secretly want my nose pierced. Definitely not. I just think they look cool. Add some more color where you can. Bright yellow or like goldish color is really cool. And just also gives the shark more character, like why is he pierced? I don't know. Is he in some sort of gang? Is he a feminist shark? I don't know. Maybe this ring overlay. Oh, that's such a bad one. Maybe this ring overlays this one. Again, adding a little bit more depth. Let's redo this. I don't like the angle of that. I also don't want to cut too far the other direction. Oh, wow. I'm really messing that ring up. I have this on a separate layer so I can kind of finagle it. I like that it overhangs the other ring a little bit, but it doesn't matter. So the other ring overlays this ring a little bit, is what I should have said. So if I'm pleased with the positioning of this fin, if I can get this angle right on this ring here, I don't like that either. Let's go like this. Let's make a sharper angle. He's got this shit high cut for him. I don't like that either. Let's take it even more farther back. There we go. Now that I'm pleased with. Like I was saying, if this fin placement, which I believe it is good, I'm going to go into this locked layer where I have my panels. Get rid of that. And of course, as you can see, something was amiss. It was, of course, this ring here, which is a simple fix in the duality of things. Go back to the shark. Go here with it. Add some shadows where I can. It looks like probably, you know, bottom of this ring. Maybe this one instead. Wasn't a huge fan of how that looked. And then at the bottom of the ring as well. Too small. There we go. Definitely on this ring as that one's overlapping. Room for shadow here. Under this vein. Make the veins pop a little bit more. Like so. What other veins could we... Ooh, I don't like that vein. That thing's... Actually, it's kind of nasty, but I think that's the point, right? I think it's supposed to look a little nasty. I'll show you what part I'm talking about right here. It's not very cohesive, I must say. But, you know, it's not the worst thing. We have the spear going through this little hump, too. Little skin pop up here. Oh. Pleasantly surprised there. That's what that noise was. Okay. Yeah. I like that. Get some shadowing on the spear as well. Spear needs some love too. Like so. We're almost there. I feel like maybe... You know, let's turn this sketch off. Maybe... Could add another vein. Let's fix a vein, add a vein. Real quick. And when I say fix, I mean this thing. Of course, more patchwork. My favorite. It's just, you know, it's implied that it's coming out here, so let's just go like this. Patchwork that. Nobody knows but me. Nobody knows but me. No one's concerned but me. Also wanted to fix this. This one might be a little too close. Kind of goes up, around, and like so. Just a little piece of black. Yeah, I noticed that little piece of black. Did you? Leave it in the comments down below. I see a little gap in this here. Let's maybe apply like a sharper angle on this. Like so. Anywhere else I could throw a shadow in? This I'd like to be a little bit sharper. Oh. Is my pencil dead? No. It has 3%. What in the world? Let's go. Oh, it's the wrong layer. Genius. I'm a genius amongst men. Like so. You know what? Maybe I just redo this line. Like that. In such a way that I like it more. Now, speaking of liking it more, not a fan of the end of this spear. So let's redo that. We had this line going up. This line going up. Let's just round it at the top. Like so. Too rounded, I'd say. Like that. Add some shadow on it. It's just a spear, guys. There's nothing too special about that. Let's erase what was underneath it, of course. bring that back to life. Turn the grid off. And we're getting there. This fin is developing. As you can see, we started off, I started off angry as hell, getting the shape of the fin, and now I think it's finally coming together. I think the only thing that's left, really, is those eyeballs and the background. Which, again, should be easy enough, right? Right, guys? It should be easy enough. Now, eyeballs, this is a very trademark eyeball technique. Never once have I ever shown anyone how I've done this. Not that it's hard or difficult, or you couldn't copy it. Please don't copy my work. Find your own ways of doing things. But this is how I do eyeballs. And that's also, if you made it this far, I can really tell you the truth. This is why I haven't really done a draw with me type series, because I don't really want to show people. My art is so unique to me that I would hate to have people drawing my art that aren't me. If that makes sense. And if that makes sense to you, and you're an artist that has a very unique style, leave it in the comments down below, because I don't know. It's not that I'm gatekeeping, but it's also like I can gatekeep my own art. I know we get inspired by people, right? You can get inspired by people. And that's really good, and that really progresses the world. But this is something that is like so important to me. And having some other people copy or, I developed this style on my own. I learned how to draw on my own. So I would hate for people to take how I drew. I don't know. I feel like it's a hot take. It's a weird take. I think people share that take. People don't share that take. But that's just how I feel about it. I think I'm going to add another eyeball here. Why? I'm not sure. I think I might get rid of this spear thing that I did. So I can, in fact, add another eyeball here. It's not another eyeball, but it's another iris, if you will. I want it to bulge circularly, like so. Also, leave it down in the comments down below if you want me to do it. I think I'm going to just raw upload this, so you're really drawing with me. You're really feeling the pain and suffering I'm going through right now. Which, I'm having a good time because I'm drawing. It's one of the things that is very... How do I want to do this? Maybe it's a big eyeball. No, maybe it's a small eyeball. Maybe that's not how I want to do it. Maybe this is how I want to do it. It also gets me drawing. Like, if I can do this more often, I'd be more, and you guys actually enjoy it, I'd be more inclined to do that. Because it's easy. I'm just doing what I'm already doing. I think that works. Let's add a couple areas of interest. I'm a composition filler, so I want to make sure things look full. And if you don't like it, that's okay. But I think that's what I'm doing here nicely. Let's drop the sketch. I don't know if I like this middle eyeball. I think what I'm going to do, this sounds crazy. I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to get rid of this middle section here, which I think implies the blade nicely, or the spear nicely, but I don't know if it's going to work for the eyeball. So if you've seen my other videos, my fully, rendered videos that I usually break down, sometimes I say in the sketch phase, lots of things have changed from the sketch phase, or maybe I took something out from the sketch phase. This would be something that I obviously took out from the sketch phase. Of course, if I'm pleased with this, and at this point you've seen me problem solve, and sometimes I'm not pleased with the problems that I was trying to solve here. However, I'm pleased with that. I really am. Let's add back those lines here, and let's get to let's get to finishing this, so you can do whatever you were going to do with your life instead of watching me do art, which of course, if you made it this far, honestly, thank you for making it this far. This really was something that I've been wanting to do, like I said in the beginning of the video, and I wasn't really sure if anyone would care, but I guess that's why you just don't do things for other people, right? I mean, I've just been thinking about it for the longest, and I was like, I think I want to do it. And then I woke up today and I was feeling awfully ambitious or excited or something. I don't know if I want to make these water levels the same as each panel. I think it would be funny if it was. And I decided just to hit record and do it. And I don't know if I'm glad if I did it or not. I don't know if this was probably the most boring thing I could possibly put out. But I'm generally pleased except for that water line. I will say that water line gets a little too close to the top of this fin. So I said we were at the end of this, but we might have to do a reverse patchwork. Bring her up like this. Oh boy, this is some patchwork that I hope I never do. But sometimes you just got to do it right the first time. If you have like something in if you have an idea in your head and you want it executed, I found that more often than not, if you just pursue it anyways, you're gonna come to a result that you're pleased with, as opposed to the other, And so that's why I kind of just go, do I want to do it? And then as I'm saying, do I want to do it? I just do it anyways, because it's like, I guess so. I guess I do want to do it. Also, let me know in the comments down below if you made it this far, because if you made it this far, you, for some reason, give a shit, which is crazy. Let me know if I should stream this on Twitch, if that would be more entertaining to you guys. But there's the water level. There's only a couple things left. So again, if you made it this far, thank you. And if you like my art, consider subscribing, of course. And definitely, if you made it this far, leave a comment, because I'd love to know your thoughts on this video, as well as, what you want to see me do, what you like, what you dislike, all that bullshit. Just adding watermarks. It all comes through in the color. I'm starting to lose my mind a little bit, if you could or could not tell. I don't know if I want to imply the water like this. This is not how I've been rendering the water. Oh boy. A like and a comment would be great, guys. The water is not that important, bro. Just draw the frickin' line, bro. There we go. That's why you always have a grid here, too. I don't know if I want anything coming out of the shark fin. So let's just not do that. Let's just not do that. We could use one more water piece here. And we're going to do it the right way. How I've been doing it. Oh God. I don't know how I feel about that. So you know what we're going to do? We're going to take this, we're going to copy paste, we're going to bring it up like this. We're going to flip it. And then we're going to erase the back. A little tech. A little tech right there that you didn't expect. Some tech you didn't expect. And then, last but not least, obviously not least, I got a lot of work to do on this one. Let's add some birds. A little bit smaller than those other birds, so you know what we're going to do? We're going to copy paste the birds. Got a bird right here. Hey, what's up, bird? Throw another bird up in this. Another bird right here. And can we fit a bird up top? I think so. Nah, let's not. Turn the sketch off. Oh, and now my Apple Pencil actually died, which is great timing because there we have the finished shark fin. I really hope you guys enjoyed this Draw With Me episode. It was a long one. We made it to an hour. On my recording, at least. I don't know if I raw upload this or not. I probably will, to be honest. Yeah, and obviously if you made this far, you know all the things that I've wanted you to do so far, and let me know in the comments, and I appreciate you. And if you guys want to see more of this series, obviously I'll share with you guys some more art pieces throughout my career, as I normally do every other week or every week. But stay tuned. I'm trying to do more on this page, so I really appreciate you guys, and thanks for watching.